Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hope you're doing well out there. In today's video, I want to take a sneak peek at Topps 2021 Series 1. And more specifically, I want to look at some of the top rookies who we could see featured in the upcoming release. It's less than a month away, guys. Topps Series 1 is scheduled to be released on February 10th. That's the date I've seen floating around on the internet. And February 10th is like 4 weeks from yesterday, so less than a month away. And if you're like me, you love searching for rookie cards, especially those flagship rookie cards. And so Topps Series 1 has me super excited this year. I did read where the set is going to be pared down a little bit. Instead of being a 350 card set, as it has been the last few years, it's going to be knocked down to 330. That has me a little nervous, because there are a ton of rookies who they could load up in Series 1. And I think that's part of the reason you've seen the prices just go skyrocket for some of the pre-orders for Series 1, because it is, at least it has the possibility of being just loaded with some of the top prospects in baseball from last year and even continuing into this year. You know, if you're like me, I was super pumped for Topps Update last season because I really thought 2020 Topps Update was just going to be stacked with all those rookies who came up last year in the shortened season, and none of those guys really made the checklist of Topps Update. So I'm hoping that Topps loads it up this year, but you never know. They're smart people up there, and they'll probably put some of them in Series 1, and they'll hold some of them back for Series 2 just to kind of maintain some excitement for both products. So I will be very interested to see when that checklist comes out who exactly they're featuring this year in Topps Series 1. So like I said, today we're going to look at some of the players who could be in the National League as some of the top prospects, or the top rookie cards, in this year's Series 1 product. I don't have any special information. I just went on the internet and looked up the kids who played last year as their Major League debut season, or guys who don't have a rookie card yet. So I don't have any special information. I just kind of did all this on my own. So once again, these are National Leaguers who could see themselves featured in Series 1 with rookie cards this year, who would be some of the more sought-after cards. So let's start with the pitchers. We'll do the 4 pitchers first in the National League. I think I have about 14 or 15 players I'm going to spotlight in this video. I'll try to go pretty quickly, though. If you know me, sometimes I get a little long-winded. So here are the 4 pitchers who I feel like are maybe the top pitching rookies who could be featured in Series 1 this year. Starting over here at the right, Spencer Howard of the Philadelphia Phillies. Spencer Howard is the number 28 prospect on the top 100. He still has rookie eligibility because he only pitched in a couple games last year. I think he pitched in 6 starts. He didn't actually have the greatest stats. If you go back and look at him, I believe he got banged up a little bit, had a little bit of an injury that he had to deal with. But Spencer Howard has a great pedigree. He's a second-round pick out of 2017. He's still just 24 years old. Actually, one of the older guys you'll see in this video. Spencer Howard could be a top-of-the-rotation guy for the Phillies for a number of years. Now, speaking of future top-of-the-rotation guys, Ian Anderson was so good last year, especially in the postseason. Man, he was kind of dominant, wasn't he? He's the number 34 overall prospect right now in the new rankings that MLB.com put out for this year. He only made 6 starts, I believe, in the regular season, but then he went on to dominate in the postseason. Ian Anderson is a former number 3 overall pick in 2016, and so he is a guy who definitely I look to be a big-time part of the Atlanta rotation, and with how good their roster is, he could be racking up lots of wins and lots of notoriety. Another pitching prospect, this guy came up, he was used to be part of the Phillies organization. He was kind of the key centerpiece in the JT Realmuto trade that sent him to Philly from Miami, and that's Sixto Sanchez. And if you watched him pitch last year, he has a filthy changeup and throws a 100-mile-an-hour fastball and just was almost unhittable there for a while when he came up. Sixto Sanchez, people have had their eyes on him for a while, ever since he was the big part of that Realmuto trade. He's just 22 years old, pitched 39 innings last year, and was very impressive. So Sixto Sanchez is the number 19 prospect, still has his rookie eligibility, I believe. Number 19 prospect in all of baseball by MLB.com. And then we have Luis Patino, who was not part of all those San Diego trades. Or actually, I'm sorry, I can't speak. What did I just say? He was the big centerpiece in the Blake Snell trade. So he's actually on Tampa Bay now. I don't know what uniform they'll feature him in if he is a part of Series 1. But Luis Patino, who was kind of the big centerpiece that the Rays got back in the trade for Blake Snell. And you can see right here, he was the 26th overall prospect on this Bowman Chrome card. As of right now, he's number 23 on the MLB.com list. He only pitched one start last year. He kind of pitched out of the bullpen, 11 games in the regular season. I can't remember if he pitched in the postseason. I think he did. And he was kind of a little bit up, a little bit down, but he has a great pedigree, a great future ahead of him, and that is the guy that Tampa Bay got in the Blake Snell trade. And, I mean, you guys know how Tampa does with their trades. Usually if Tampa Bay really is interested in somebody, that makes me think that they've got a high ceiling in the future. So those are my 4 pitching prospects. Some other guys I didn't mention, Braylon Marquez for the Cubs. He's kind of a highly rated prospect. I could have put him in here, but I just didn't have time. Okay, here are the position players. I think I have 9 of them. We'll kind of work our way backwards. At least I kind of ranked them from guys who I would maybe be least desirable in the packs to the most desirable rookie. Keibert Ruiz for the LA Dodgers is a switch-hitting catcher. He is number 68 in the top 100, and he only played in 2 games last year, hit a home run. I believe it was right down the foul pole, or down the foul line in Dodger Stadium. And it might have even been his first game, or maybe even his first at-bat. I could be wrong about that, but it was definitely, I believe, he hit a homer in his first game. Keibert Ruiz has kind of been blocked by Will Smith, and not just blocked, but just outperformed by Will Smith. But Keibert Ruiz has a good ceiling as a potential player, and he could be featured as a rookie card this year because he did make his debut last year. Here's another guy that was just traded, I believe. Andres Gimenez was part of the Francisco Lindor trade, right? And so he should now be a part of the Cleveland Indians, but he played a ton last year. You can see here he was the number 73 Bowman Scouts Top 100 prospect. He is actually not considered a rookie anymore, at least in terms of like Rookie of the Year voting. He finished 7th in the Rookie of the Year voting for the National League last year. Put up some pretty good numbers, but nothing out of the ordinary. But the Mets moved on from him and sent him as a part of the Frankie Lindor trade to Cleveland, so I suspect you'll see him playing every day for the Indians. Or, well, I guess this is the last year we can call him the Indians. Second base, shortstop, one of the two, between him and Ahmad Rosario. And between those two guys, they will be manning the middle infield for the Cleveland baseball team, right? I don't even want to say that. He's my kind of next pick going up the ladder. The next one, young man from the Bahamas, Jazz Chisholm. There are a lot of Miami Marlins who made their debut last year. That may be a good team to potentially look into for if you're a guy who looks into team breaks. Jazz Chisholm is also 22 years old, played in 21 games last year, only hit 161 in 56 at-bats, so did not put up great stats. But if you read his bio on the MLB.com top 100 rankings, they say his kind of minor league pedigree mirrors a little bit of Javi Baez, and so obviously that's still a big comparison. He's got a long way to go until he reaches Javi Baez's status, but at least in terms of his prospect pedigree and some of his minor league numbers, he kind of mirrors what Javi Baez did. And as he gets more refined and more experienced, maybe one day he could reach that ceiling. So Jazz Chisholm, look out for him this year. Played in 21 games for the Marlins. Here's another young man for San Diego. I do not believe he's been traded. He's one of the guys who they were able to protect without sending him away in all of the trades that they've made over the past 2 seasons. Luis Campusano, who is a catcher, but I believe they could also have played at DH last year. Campusano only played in 1 game in the regular season, only had 3 at-bats, but he's a former second-round pick in 2017, I believe out of Georgia. I can't remember if it's a Georgia high school or a Georgia or the University of Georgia, but he was picked second in the second round, 39th overall, and he's a kid who they are very, very high on, only 22 years old. Probably one of their best offensive prospects, along with C.J. Abrams in the San Diego organization. But he did play in 1 game in the regular season, so Luis Campusano, keep an eye out for him. He would be highly sought after if he makes his debut in Series 1 this year. Here's another person who I believe will probably be in there, Joey Bart. This is from the Bowman Chrome Mega Boxes from Walmart. And Joey Bart played quite a bit with Buster Posey choosing to sit out last year, and he was not, I don't want to say successful, but he maybe wasn't as hyped as some people thought, as the number 2 overall pick in 2018 out of Georgia Tech. He's 24 years old, one of the older guys on this list. But he did kind of struggle a little bit, only hitting .232 in 100 at-bats or 103 at-bats. So I read somewhere where the Giants may start him in the minor leagues to start this year, assuming the minor leagues kind of operate the way that they normally do, just to give him a little bit of a taste of AAA, because I don't think he had ever even faced AAA pitching. He just went straight from AA to the majors last year. So Joey Bart, definitely a guy to look out for. He's the number 11 prospect in all of baseball, according to MLB.com. So he has high hopes for the future. Here's one I was hoping was going to be in Topps Update last year. Dylan Carlson played almost the whole season for the St. Louis Cardinals. Switch hitter, outfielder, came out of nowhere in 2019. Not completely out of nowhere, but he's shot up their prospect list in 2019 and then made his debut last year. Played quite a bit. He's just 22 years old. First round pick in 2016 out of California high school, and he only hit 200 in 35 games, but he is still highly thought of, and he's number 14 in the current MLB.com Scouts top 100 prospects. All right, we're here for the final three. Number 3 on my list, a kid who outperformed everyone's expectations. This is the first Bowman Chrome refractor of Ke'Bryan Hayes. Man, Ke'Bryan Hayes lit the Pirates on fire last year. Coming up out of the minors, everyone knew he was going to be a great defender, like Gold Glove quality defender. And then he came up and just opened everyone's eyes and kind of exceeded expectations with the bat. He hit 376. Now, it was only 85 at-bats, 24 games, but he's a former first-round pick, 23 years old. His father, Charlie Hayes, played in the major leagues. And so I don't know if he'll be able to replicate his offensive success this year. As pitchers kind of learn more about him and teams are able to scout his weaknesses a little bit better. But man, this guy for Pittsburgh is giving him a little bit of hope for the future. And if he has a rookie card this year, that's definitely one you'll want to jump on. Okay, the 2 that we have left, Alec Bohm, or Bohm. I always say his name wrong. I can't remember. He is no longer considered a rookie. He finished high in the Rookie of the Year voting last year. So he won't be eligible. He's not on the top 100 for MLB.com prospects because he is not considered a prospect anymore. But if you watched Philadelphia last year, he hit 338, played in 44 games, 160 at-bats. He's 24 years old and just was spraying line drives and gap shots all over the place. Great hitter. He's like 6'5" as a third baseman, so he made all sorts of good plays all over the field and really exceeded expectations for Philadelphia. And that's kind of one of the future studs that the Philly fans are hanging their hat on here. And he is not in the top 100 anymore, but he is definitely someone who has not had a rookie card yet, and that'll be one of the big guns to go after. Now, the number 1 card on my list, or the number 1 player to look out for, and you could argue that maybe one of these other guys should have been number 1, is this young man, Christian Pache, for the Atlanta Braves. I mean, you've got an outfielder with a marquee organization, a team that'll probably be battling for the World Series contenders with the Dodgers and the Padres and some of those other, maybe even the Mets this year. Christian Pache came up. He really didn't play that much in the regular season. He only played 2 regular season games, but as a center fielder, he was another kid who, all through the minor leagues, has been heralded as a defensive wizard, like almost like another Andrew Jones type, a multiple Gold Glove winner in his future. Just kind of glides so effortlessly after the ball, like Carlos Beltran, Andrew Jones out in the outfield. And then he actually played really well in the postseason and impressed with the bat as well. So Christian Pache is still considered a rookie. He is the number 10 overall prospect on MLB.com for 2021. And if they put his rookie card in Series 1, it will be maybe the number 1 card to chase if it's not Bohm, I always say it wrong, Hayes, or maybe one of the American League players. Now, you may be feeling like I've missed some guys. I will admit, I don't have any Jake Cronenworth cards, and a lot of my San Diego fans or just baseball fans are like, dude, what about Cronenworth? I didn't forget about him, but he is like 26 years old, and he's never had a Topps rookie card. He just has a first Bowman Chrome. It's actually this year. I think this is 2015 Bowman Chrome, and I do not have his first Bowman Chrome or any card of Jake Cronenworth. So keep an eye out for Jake Cronenworth as well. But, I mean, he's already 26 years old, so I'm not sure how sought after his cards would be. But then again, Kyle Lewis was kind of an older prospect, at least in prospect circles, for the Mariners last year, and he came out and did really well for the Mariners and obviously ended up winning the Rookie of the Year. So there you have it, guys. This is my feature of rookies who could possibly get a rookie card in Series 1 for Topps this year. If any of these guys are in there, they'll be ones you want to snatch up, and hopefully they can turn out to be pretty valuable in the future. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I will be back tomorrow with my American League list. It is almost as long as this National League list. Although, if I'm being honest, I think this National League crop is a little bit stronger than the American League, although some people could argue with that as well. So there you have it, guys. And I didn't even mention everybody. I'll get to some of my other honorable mention guys in another video, but there's still probably another 5 or 6 guys, Dalton Varsho, Jesus Sanchez, who I didn't even put in this video that I could have. So thank you so much for watching this video. It's over 15 minutes, so I appreciate it if you made it this far. There's one little last look at the guys I'm featuring in this video, and make sure to check my channel out tomorrow when you can see some of the top American League rookies who we could see in Topps Series 1 for 2021. Have a good one out there, everyone.